Hello and welcome to the first episode of the number one wrestling podcast in the world, the Backseat Wrestler Podcast. I'm here with my co-host, my brother Elvis. Elvis, say something hi. Say some to the camera. Go ahead.
Hello. I'm happy to be here. Can't wait to start this podcast.
It's been a long time coming. We're really excited to go ahead and bring this weekly news to you. This is gonna be like a weekly podcast talking about AEW, WWE, possibly New Japan. Whatever is in the top stories, we'll go ahead and bring that up. Of course, it's just us giving us our opinions on like the weekly stories and all that stuff that's going on in the wrestling world. But yeah, we're really excited to get this thing started. If you know us, you know that we love wrestling. If you don't know us, you're gonna know that we love wrestling,
Yep.
and hopefully you can start this journey with us. We're really excited for it.
We've been doing this for years already anyway, so why not talk about it?
Exactly. We've been talking a lot of crap about wrestling for years, obviously. And we decided, hey, why not just get some other people's opinions on it? And the best way to do that, start a podcast, let people argue in the comments, and we can argue with them back.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah, exactly.
You'll see me there.
All right, let's go.
Right into the top stories.
Yeah, so top stories, of course, for this week. There's a lot of top stories this week. It's very exciting week of wrestling. Of course, number one big thing was The Rock is back.
That was amazing.
That was freaking insane. Of course, a lot of people thought it was going to happen with him appearing on the Pat McAfee show.
Yeah.
So,
right. It was in Denver. SmackDown was in Denver. Perfect.
Right. Yeah, it was great timing. You want to talk about what he said on the Pat McAfee show because it kind of correlates to what the heck he was.
So he basically said that he actually agreed to a match with Roman at WrestleMania 39, but apparently all sides didn't agree upon. So maybe WrestleMania 40 will get the match because it sounded like he still said he was down to do it.
Yeah,
that'll make WrestleMania that much bigger in Philly too.
I freaking hope so. And if that's the case, I'm buying tickets.
Yeah,
I'm going. If they announce that
Roman versus The Rock for the titles, that'll be crazy.
Well, here's the story there. Who do you think should go over? Do you think it should be The Rock or do you think it should be Roman?
The bloodline is number one. That's they're number one.
So Roman.
I mean, yeah. What is The Rock? Let's say if he becomes champion, I don't think he's gonna stay too long. But it'll be good. I wouldn't mind. I'm not gonna say I wouldn't mind.
Yeah. I mean, like, if I'm being honest, I think that Roman should have lost it to Jay. That's just my opinion.
That would have been cool, but I don't know.
Because it would have been a great end to like the bloodline storyline. But in this case, if he beats The Rock, who the heck is gonna beat him after that? Like, I know people are saying Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
and Cody Rhodes is a good option.
No, but Cody Rhodes. Let's say if they do that, I don't think Cody Rhodes is going this WrestleMania without a title match. It might be Seth
for sure.
Anybody, Seth Rollins or whoever is champion by that time.
I'm hoping Seth Rollins
Nakamura
loses it to Nakamura. Even though Seth Rollins is like top 3 all time for me personally.
PW, they did the top 500 wrestlers. Rollins came out number 1.
Yeah, and I'm not even going to argue with that. Yeah. Guy's great.
The Shield actually came out in the top 10.
Yeah, I think they were top 3. I think in general. I think like Moxley was 3.
5. I think
2 was Roman and 1 was Seth.
I know MJF came out 6. I feel like could have been top 3.
But no, MJF came out 5th.
5th, okay.
He came out 5th.
Yeah. But that's pretty cool to think about the Shield themselves.
Yeah,
as everybody was commenting.
Cody Rhodes came out 10th in that.
Yeah.
There was a little.
Bryan Danielson was probably wasn't Bryan Danielson in the top 3, and I think Moxley was like 4.
I don't know.
I know Danielson was up there.
I'm not sure.
Arguably one of the best wrestlers right now too.
Right, but I'm not sure the exact rankings there. But yeah, regardless.
Yeah, The Rock.
In terms of The Rock versus Roman Reigns, I kind of agree with you. I think Roman should go over.
Yeah,
but it's also put you in a dilemma because like he beats him. Who the heck is gonna beat him after that?
I mean, we do have
Cody Rhodes. I guess.
I mean, we do have rumors of another guy coming.
Who's that?
CM Punk.
Oh my God. Well, actually, yeah, we could talk about that. The possibility of CM Punk going to WWE.
That's another guy right there.
Yeah, it's a huge rumor going on. What was it that he said at like that MMA event?
Oh yeah, he was commentating at an MMA event, and he basically said I had 2 months free or a couple months free. Which, if you look at 2 months from now, Survivor Series is in Chicago. I don't know if he's throwing hints out there. I haven't heard anything about offers or anything, but I've heard rumors.
Yeah, there is a lot of rumors saying that he might possibly go to WWE. Of course, there's also a lot of rumors saying
Yeah.
that a lot of people don't really want him there.
Yeah. I've also heard Impact they're willing to make a big offer to CM Punk, which I don't think he'll want to go to Impact. But I've heard rumors of themselves saying they'll make a huge offer, like if he wants to. But I don't see him in Impact.
I see Impact dishing out all the money in the world for him.
Yeah,
but I
that's
don't
what
really
I
see
mean.
him accepting it. I think it's either WWE or bust.
Yeah,
And possibly, hopefully, because you never say never in the wrestling world. Maybe he reconciles with everybody in AEW and he ends up going back
How
there.
about New Japan?
Or New Japan. Oh my god. I don't know if he would fare well like in New Japan, but never say never.
Yeah, I don't know.
But in terms of him possibly going to WWE, it seems more and more likely that he might. I mean,
if they accept him back,
if
hopefully
they accept him back, yeah.
they had this deal. Let's see who's in charge.
At this point, it does seem like it's not really CM Punk whether he wants to go or not. It's more so if WWE kind of really wants him to be there. But yeah, if he goes there, there's a lot of like potential amazing storylines.
I mean, like I just said, let's say Roman and Rock does happen. Roman does retain. He's still champion after next WrestleMania. Who's next for him? CM Punk if he's there. I guess Punk. So.
Yeah, or they just finish the story. Finally, finish the story with Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, exactly.
But then again, that's just like dream matchmaking. If that actually does come to fruition, then that'd be really nice because we got CM Punk versus not CM Punk. I apologize. The Rock versus Roman Reigns, but more likely it'll just be Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns again. So we can move on from that. Next storyline, of course, in terms of top stories was of course, the Matt Riddle JFK incident. Yeah,
that was sounded pretty funny to me.
Funny, but also kind of
it's serious because
it's pretty serious. I mean,
he's had problems in the past, obviously, so it's like, what the hell's going on now?
Yeah, so for people who don't know, Matt Riddle went to Instagram and he posted that there was like an altercation between like him and like airport security, in which he stated that he was sexually assaulted by staff when they were trying to like escort him out. Not sure if that's true or not. Of course, he deleted that immediately. But yeah, there was a bunch of reports from like people from the airport security that stated that Riddle was heavily intoxicated and was causing a lot of I guess,
which is crazy because
I guess a ruckus.
He had a rehab like what, a year ago?
Yeah, last year he was in rehab, which that's why it makes it kind of a little bit serious.
Because due to that and his health and his problems, he's had backstage heat before.
Yeah.
So this ain't backstage heat, but hopefully this doesn't.
It can lead to that.
It can lead to that. People are gonna be mad because he's a really good wrestler and everything.
He's messing it up for himself.
Yeah, he needs to keep his outside problems.
Yeah.
He needs to fix his problem before or else they're not gonna like. He wasn't even on the show, right? They said injury.
No. Yeah, he was absent from Raw, and of course, I think like their reports were stating that he was sick or something like that.
Yeah.
But like it could be possible that he actually was sick, or it could just be like they actually kept him off because of this incident. Of course, we'll see in the coming weeks if that is the case, because obviously we really want him to get better, and hopefully it wasn't heavily intoxicated. Of course, we don't really know the whole story.
We don't know the whole story,
but
they're investigating.
Yeah, they're looking into that now. Hopefully, everything's okay with Riddle, and we hope that
everything here's allegedly
back out there. Yeah, of course. New top stories. Bryan Danielson challenged Zack Sabre Jr. to Wrestle Dream. That was
you already know that match is gonna be.
Oh, that's gonna be match of the night
because Bryan Danielson's matches are always brutal,
and Zack Sabre Jr. is one of the best.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
He's easily top 5 technical.
Yeah.
In the world.
Technically, that's not really the story that comes out of this. The story that actually comes out of this is Bryan Danielson saying that it's possibly his last year. Not possibly. He did say it's his last year.
Yeah.
Whether that's storyline or real, that is a major loss to AEW.
Yeah. I mean, I did see like a little video on Collision yesterday, basically saying, like he promised when his daughter is 7 that he'll retire, and I think she's 7 now. But I don't know.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if they're using that for storyline for you, because he even said during the video, it was a quick video. He said, like, I don't break promises. So I don't know what they're doing there. They're using that in the storyline, obviously. They wouldn't put it on thing.
Right.
So I don't know if it's part of a storyline or if it's actually true, but I hope not, because he's one of the best right now.
Oh, my God.
I think he's next to carry Collision. He can carry Collision for the next couple of years.
Yeah, I really hope he doesn't, but I mean, like at the same time, I understand.
I mean, he's had no injuries.
He's achieved basically everything except for winning the AEW World Title, which would be nice to see him win. That'd be great. But yeah, he's had all those injuries and all those incidents that have occurred. So hopefully he doesn't. But
If he
I do
does,
see he
we'll
doesn't.
respect it.
We'll respect it. Yeah,
He's done everything basically. So
guy's one of the goats, top five, I would say, in
he'll
terms of
be
like actual wrestling.
He'll
Yeah,
be in the
top
Hall
five.
of Fame in WWE and AEW. You never know. Let's see if you never know if they do a Hall of Fame in the
Oh,
future.
they definitely will. They definitely will. But yeah, hopefully we get a full year of him just having back-to-back bangers, which so far this year he has, especially those like
Ricky Starks matches were crazy.
and it seems like that's going to continue. We'll talk about that during
we'll
the AEW reviews, but yeah, that should be good. We're really excited for that. But man, if they lose Bryan Danielson, they lost CM Punk.
That's a big loss for Collision because it's like
for AEW in general.
That's like for the whole AEW, of course.
Right.
But CM Punk left. They're talking about who's going to be next carrying Collision. Everybody's saying Bryan Danielson.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know.
Oh man, I really hope he doesn't, but it seems like it's going to come true. And he's not going to disappoint us. Like I said, he's putting out bangers. He's going to fight Zack Sabre at Wrestle Dream. Right now, he's currently in that rivalry with Ricky Starks, which is going to lead to a third match between them.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
It's going to be great. But yeah, super excited for that. In terms of more news with AEW losing stars, Jade Cargill is possibly done with AEW after that match on Rampage where she lost to Chris Statlander.
Yeah, I seen like video from the crowd.
Right.
Like after the match, they basically hugged and the crowd was cheering. I don't know. It just looks like one of the things where like they know she's leaving up or something.
Yeah.
But it's just rumors right now. But like the rumors are that people internally in WWE and AEW believe that she's already gonna leave AEW and go to WWE, which would be big for WWE. I think they can make her a star.
I agree. I mean, I feel like she'd be better off going to NXT first, but
probably.
I doubt that. I feel like they'll just put her directly onto TV with everybody else. But in terms of like AEW losing Jade Cargill, that is a major loss because it is somebody that they built up from the bottom.
Yeah,
she had that 16-0 record until she ended up losing.
Yeah, she was dominant. They basically built it was like a Goldberg type build up. Yeah, remember when he was in WCW?
Yeah, so
just dominant reign, and then she ended it.
Yeah, she lost to Statlander, and then she lost to Statlander again. That's the only person.
And then she was gone from TV for like
3 months?
Couple months.
It was like 3 months or so.
I don't know. I don't even know if it was injury or.
I think she was just taking a break.
And then now she literally just returned like last week or this week, right?
This week, it was literally just this week.
And then all these rumors came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And then she had the match with Chris Statlander for the TBS Championships and lost. And then I don't know. So.
Yeah, it is a little bit confusing. There's also rumors stating that she's just going to take a really long break to focus on like other aspects of her life. Of course, there was a podcast that she was on a couple of weeks ago where she did state that there was nowhere that she would rather work than with Tony Khan in AEW.
That's I seen that too.
Which is why people are a little bit confused. Yeah,
but I don't know.
It obviously like whatever happens, it's going to be what's best for her and whatever is good for her interests. So hopefully, she does make the right decision. Whether that's staying with AEW or going with WWE. Yep. I'm going to be excited to see what comes from it because she is new, but she's still a pretty good wrestler. Yeah, and she has a great physique.
A couple of things to build up, but she has the physique, the character.
Yeah, her character is great. Just being the bossy. Yeah, it's great.
I think they'll give her like a nice manager.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, and then she can be a top star.
Yeah, and in terms of other top stories, we got WWE fired over 100 employees in response to the merger with UFC and what was the parent company's name again?
Well, the company's Endeavor.
That
control all that, and then they formed the group is called TKO. I'm not really sure about the details about it.
Yeah,
they formed with it's basically like a promotion type thing. Like they're gonna help promote each other, try to get fans from each other.
Yeah.
Like I don't think you're gonna be seeing Conor McGregor going and facing Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. It's
That'd
not
be
that.
Hilarious. So.
You're gonna see Roman Reigns fight for the freaking heavyweight title. It's not that.
But I got the proper 12.
That would be hilarious. Well, he said it. He's actually said years ago that he would like to go to WWE, but I don't know. This is just like a promotional thing. But they're gonna be working together, trying to build each other up, which would be cool. Let's see what they do about it.
Conor at a UFC event, like Roman Reigns comes out. Who the fuck is this guy?
That would be freaking hilarious. And then Paul Heyman starts talking for
Roman. While Heyman starts doing like
WWE's gonna start having like press conferences, just like the UFC, where they talk crap to each
that'd be
other.
great. I would
I
actually
mean,
love that.
they did it. Remember with Logan Paul, Roman Reigns, they had the
Yeah.
press conference. That was cool.
That'd be hilarious. So
They would be fun.
Heyman starts advocating for like Conor McGregor and like all those other people. That'd be so fun.
But I doubt it. I know this is
No, it's not going to be like that, obviously.
Yeah,
like it's just more so them promoting each other through like TV aspects instead of promotion stuff.
Pretty
like
sure
that,
we'll see Daniel Cormier. He's a huge wrestling fan.
Oh yeah, we'll definitely see myself. Yeah, maybe like commentating. That'd be fun. Yeah. That'd be great. Actually, I would love to see that. But yeah, they fired over 100 employees. I mean, it's not like they didn't see it coming.
Yeah.
It was just like a bunch of like their marketing teams and like those developmental.
Yeah, Endeavor's gonna take over all that now. So
exactly. So there's an excess amount of.
They have their own marketing team and everything.
Yeah. So that happened. Of course, there's also reports. There's also reports that they're gonna like alter like the titles and stuff like that a little bit.
Yeah.
Hopefully we get like a newly designed title.
Reports of WWE maybe bringing out a trios championship.
Yeah, but like, how the heck are they going to build that?
I don't know, but those are the rumors along with the championship belt designs, which the tag team titles are awful. I'm just gonna. I've been saying that since they came out. They need to change it.
Well, this is why
I hate the tag team.
This is why I say like, why are they building trio styles? They can't even build their tag teams.
Yeah, their tag.
Correctly.
Yeah,
it's like all a mess. Like like the top tag teams are great. They got KO, Sammy. They got Judgment Day. They got Alpha Academy.
Yeah, good.
Street Profits. They're all great. These are great, but the storylines between them are terrible.
You got these other tag teams that are like gimmick type. I don't know. It's like cartoonish type.
I like the Viking Raiders. So they're cool.
They're cool, but it's like I don't know.
I like them. They're great. I think they're great.
And then like what is it? The two guys with the blonde hair, Pretty Deadly. Like what is?
I love Pretty Deadly though.
They're funny, but it's like what is that?
No, you guys.
They're funny though, but then I don't know.
I'm not gonna have you slander Pretty Deadly on this podcast. They're great.
They need to build a storyline. Like,
right now one of them's injured. They're having all those promos. They're still on TV, which is great. When they come back,
he's injured because there were, we'll talk about it. Something happened on SmackDown.
Yeah, no, they're great. I don't know. I think that when they fight, because they're actually really good wrestlers as well. So I think that
I'm talking about like basically the storyline though. Like they gotta get them.
Yeah,
like I'm not the actual wrestlers themselves. Obviously, they're doing what they're doing, and they're funny. Like all their promos are funny and everything they do, but it's just like I don't know.
No, I'm a huge fan of Pretty Deadly. You're not going to slander Pretty Deadly on this podcast.
All right. I won't mention it again. Then I guess.
Okay. But yeah, in terms of like top stories, that basically wraps it up. I mean, like of course, it's a quick rundown of everything that happened, but yeah. I guess we could start off with going over WWE Raw and like all that other stuff. Yep. So we'll definitely get into that now. Okay, so now we're going to get into the weekly news with, of course, WWE Raw starting it off. Let's just go ahead and get you guys started for the next week of wrestling. So, let's start off with Raw. The show opened up with Owens and Jay versus Priest and Balor. Of course, Owen and Jay, they had like a little promo thing right prior to this where they basically agreed to help each other because of the common enemy, the Judgment Day. That led to Jay accidentally kicking KO.
Yeah, he super kicked KO. Then Finn hit the coup de grace on Owens for the win. After he was not happy after the match.
Yeah, he definitely wasn't happy. Of course, this is great because it leads to the it helps out with the storyline with with nobody trusting Jay and thinking that he's out to get everybody, even though he just wants to be separated.
Well, that's what he said. He said he's like, I knew I couldn't trust you or something. So he's like,
So it was a great addition to that. Yeah, and of course, Priest and Balor have to win. They're the tag champs. They have to win. So of course that was the first match.
I really like how they're building the Judgment Day as an actual top, almost bloodline type. Like everybody's doing good in there.
No, I agree because at first they were booked like crap.
Yeah,
they really were. But they're starting to build them up really good. And they all have titles, which is great. Hopefully they can continue with that. Actually, before we continue, did you hear about the possible like? There's people saying like what if type scenarios. There's one where like what if like JD stole the Money in the Bank contract that's like actually in the briefcase and he has it actually.
I actually did hear something about that, but I don't know.
That would be crazy though. I would love
that
cool.
storyline. That's funny.
Yeah,
because JD he's close to Balor, and remember Balor had the title opportunity and that where he was getting.
Yeah, he was helping him out, but he also helped out Priest.
But Priest was also that's true. So I don't know.
But that'd be a crazy.
Unless they're building him up, and maybe they're gonna do like he's gonna join the Judgment Day, and they're gonna have Judgment Day against another team in the future for Survivor Series.
That's a long time from now, though. Not a long time. What is
Not
it?
2 months.
2 months. Yeah, it's not a long time.
I mean,
What am
you
I
can
saying?
build a story. Look
I
at
can build a
the
storyline.
freaking bloodline storyline is 3.5 freaking years.
That's very true.
So 2 months ain't nothing.
Yeah. Okay. Next match that of course happened was the Miz versus Tozawa. This was basically
it
just
was his rematch. Remember, Tozawa beat him the week before, but it was just
because of
little.
LA Knight.
He beat him quick.
Yeah, that was just a quick squash match to get everybody prepared for
His
the Miz
rematch.
versus LA Knight on SmackDown. So yeah, that happened. Then Gunther came out to celebrate his record IC title reign, which has been one of the best IC title reigns I've ever seen in my entire life.
I think it is the best because he already has the record. So
yeah, he has a record. Well, not only that, just every single match he puts out is a freaking
brutal
banger.
too. You seen the chops?
Yeah, like
everybody's chest ain't safe.
Yeah, his best match I think was a one against Gable on Raw.
Gable's putting on him and Gable were putting on some bangers.
Yeah, last week that match was I think the best Raw main event I've seen in years. It was great. Yeah. Like it was really really good. It showed how good Gable is as a wrestler. So it was really fun to watch that. And of course they picked the right person winning with Gunther winning. But
right in front of Gable's family.
So yeah, but the kids crying.
That builds the story. I'm not even trying to laugh, but it builds the storyline.
The kids were bawling. It was so funny. I was like, "Oh God, that's terrible. Do it again."
But deep down, it's like funny. I'm like, he just beat this dude in his hometown in front of his family.
Yeah, that was so funny. It was great. But yeah, he was celebrating it, of course, with the rest of Imperium, and then of course,
Gable interrupted.
Yeah, Gable came out and interrupted him, saying that he almost had him. He wants a rematch.
He saw the fear in his eyes. Basically, he was saying like he knew he was this close. Even Gunther knew it.
Of course, he made the mistake of going into the ring. He got beat the crap. He got the living crap beat out of him because of Imperium and Gunther. Until Ciampa came out for the
Otis came out, and then but it was still 3-2. Otis they were getting their ass whooped. Yeah, and then Ciampa came out with a chair, and then they ran away.
But honestly, I know we're going to
Ciampa inserting himself. It's like
Ciampa is great because Ciampa was an amazing NXT champion. Yeah, and I loved every single storyline he was in. Hopefully, they bring back Gargano and he can be DIY again with him. That'd be great.
That'd be cool.
And unless you're going to put a title on Ciampa, nudge IC title, please. But so that happened. Of course, that ended up setting up a match later on in the night, which was going to be the co-main event, basically.
Yeah, we'll get into that.
Yeah, we'll get into that. So then there was Woods versus Xavier Woods versus Drew McIntyre. Of course, this was because of what happened.
Well, Woods confronted McIntyre backstage, basically asking him about what has happened between him and Kofi. Like, they've been going back and forth, and that's his partner. And then they agreed to challenge each other to a match after Woods basically insulted him.
He did.
He was talking about how
he was jealous.
He had the title jealous because he had his title reign basically in front of no fans during COVID, while Woods had his title reign in the Kofi Mania.
Kofi had his title.
Kofi Mania.
Not
everybody
Woods,
was going crazy.
Yeah, Drew did not like that at all, and he ended up claymoring the living hell out of him to pick up the win.
But Drew, I don't know if they're slowly turning him into a heel.
They definitely are.
He's been getting angry with a lot of the good guys, as you can say, I guess.
Yeah, and I can't wait. I can't wait for his return because he's gonna go.
When he first came back, he was a heel member with Ziggler, but that was bad. He was like they were portraying him as a psycho, basically. Remember?
Yeah, it was not good.
Yeah,
that
wasn't good though.
Yeah, so him turning heel, I think is good for him. Yeah. He does need a little change, and actually, like the whole thing.
It's been
like
his 5 years straight with being babyface, and he's good at it. Nobody's gonna say, but change is needed. So
well, not only that, but like there's also like those rumors that like his contract is coming up, and they haven't. There's like it's kind of stalemated right now with his contract.
I did see that. So maybe the heel change is gonna do good for him if he does good with it. They'll give him a new contract.
I'm hoping he stays with WWE. He's a perfect fit for there.
Yeah.
But again, we'll see. We'll of course see.
He's the type of guy. He's got fired from there before, and he's had success elsewhere. So he could do it.
Pounds of muscle.
Yeah, he has success anywhere.
Oh, he'll have success anywhere he goes. That's the thing. But I think he's better off in WWE. So that happened. Of course, as we said, Drew ended up picking up the win.
Yeah.
Cody Rhodes came out for a promo where he was just talking about Jey Uso.
Well, he said he basically said like, let's talk about Jey Uso. And then Dominic Drew interrupted right after that. Cody really didn't get to say anything.
He didn't. No, not really.
Yeah. And then Dom was basically saying that he said that Jay's going to join the Judgment Day and it's going to make Cody Rhodes look like a fool. So then Cody Rhodes basically beat the hell out of Dominic and JD right after that. That's literally what happened.
Yeah.
JD got involved. He beat the hell out of him too.
Can we just both agree that Dom is like one of the best heels in
Yo, I
the
love
industry right now.
every time he tries to talk, the boos are so loud. I start laughing every time I see it. It's
He's
freaking
great.
funny.
Oh my god, he's amazing. He's an amazing heel. The heat that
He
he picks
embraces
up,
it. He starts smiling. It's so funny.
it's so funny.
I haven't seen boos like that in a long time. I don't think I've seen boos like that.
Outside of the ring, he's hilarious too.
Yeah.
You should see him. There's so Sheamus has this like workout YouTube
Celtic
change.
Warrior workouts.
Yeah. So Dom was on there and they were doing a quote unquote prison workout.
See, I didn't even see that episode.
No, you have to watch that episode. Yeah. It's really funny. So they do like a prison workout. It's hilarious. He like brings like a bandana and like a white beater. And he hands it to Sheamus. He's like, yeah, this is like proper prison attire for when you're working out.
Hell?
It's great. But yeah, basically Cody Rhodes beat them up.
He hit crossroads on both of them.
Hit crossroads on both. Yep. That led to later on. Of course, backstage we got Jay versus Drew next week because they basically agreed to fight each other.
Drew was saying he didn't trust him one bit. He just came up to him like straight up.
Yeah, and they're just building that storyline more where nobody trusts Jay except for Sammy.
So they accepted to fight each other next week. That's going to be a good match.
That's going to be a fire match. Hopefully Jay picks up the win. I kind of want Jay to win.
Yeah.
Jay needs the win, honestly. He needs a win. So, yeah, that's next week. Looking forward to that match. That's going to be great. Chelsea Green versus Shayna Baszler. This was literally just Shayna Baszler squashing Chelsea Green.
But at the end, though, we had Piper Niven come out and attack Shayna.
Yeah.
Zoe Stark came out to save Shayna and Piper retreated. So, probably going to set up tag team title match between both of them.
I don't know. I mean,
Zoe Stark and Shayna is going to be a good women's tag team right there.
I'm hoping they do something with Shayna because they had her go over Ronda, obviously, because Ronda was out the door.
Yeah.
And when Shayna was in NXT, she was so dominant.
She can definitely easily be in title contention.
But they got to build her that way. And they kind of are. She's having squash matches and stuff, but don't put her back in the tag titles.
But it's because they got like so many of these storylines going on. They got Asuka and
Yeah. No, I agree.
Io Sky, and then obviously Rhea Ripley.
Yeah. I mean, not everybody can be a champion, of course, but if you're gonna,
she's definitely main event material.
Yeah, of course. If you're gonna have her like go over Ronda like that,
right after Ronda, I don't understand how she goes from that to a tag team out of nowhere.
Yeah, it doesn't
make sense.
It doesn't make any sense. But hopefully they do something with her in the near future. Of course, right after that we got Nakamura promo. Of course, it was like filmed previously. Yeah. Except this time he has a samurai sword because why the heck not?
Yeah.
But no, I for one am loving this Nakamura.
It's crazy how he's having great promos without speaking a word of English.
Well, that's the way it should be.
But it's good though. That's what I mean. Yeah. It fits perfectly into his character.
Exactly.
He's Japanese.
Yeah, that's the way it should be. I mean, come on now. Like you don't need to speak English to be a great heel or a great face. Of course, people should get used to that. People in like New Japan and stuff, they're already used to that. They got a lot of English speakers there only.
AEW gets a lot of fighters from New Japan, and they're top stars.
Not a lick of English, but yeah, they're pretty good. Yeah. Same thing with like but basically Nakamura just needs to keep up with these promos because I'm loving every single second of it.
Yeah, Seth Rollins was also saying like, so right after that he was in the ring saying like he's now fighting for his family and the management doesn't want him to fight, but he doesn't care. Like and he challenged Nakamura to a rematch, but he said Nakamura said no.
Yeah.
And then on the Titantron appeared Nakamura beating up Ricochet. Yeah. And he was basically saying he thought Rollins wasn't medically cleared and that he'll fight him on his terms. So they're building that storyline. It's pretty good.
It seems like they're just trying to spread it long term to like the next pay-per-view.
Yeah.
But like I said, hopefully Nakamura wins. I mean, like I said, I'm a huge fan of Seth. I really want him
the way they're building it, Seth having this back injury, I can see Nakamura knocking him off.
I feel like he should have won the first one, but then again, kind of not really. Maybe that's just like, how I felt at that time. But now I'm starting to see like, no, it's better.
Yeah, you got to build a storyline. You can't just have him beat him right off the bat.
Nakamura needs to win. Yeah. I think he needs this title. He deserves this title. I think, honestly, if he's... Yeah.
I remember when he first came in at the WrestleMania 34, they had him lose right off the bat. It was like ridiculous.
Well, I mean, in New Japan, this guy was like a force to be reckoned with. And now he's starting to show that side.
And NXT.
And
then he came right to the main roster and they had him lose right off the bat at WrestleMania. It was weird.
No, I think it's Nakamura's time. Give Seth a little break. He can be out for
he needs a break. While. He's putting on matches every week.
Well, he has WWE on his back champion again.
Unlike some other champion, I guess we'll get into that. But.
Yeah, we'll get into that as well. But we don't talk about the tribal chief like that. You never know.
I like him though. It's just where is he?
No, I love Roman as champ, but
he's on freaking Paul Heyman's phone every week.
Then again, I don't know. We can talk about this real quick. I feel like he kind of deserves this little break.
I mean, he does, but how many breaks does he deserve? He's freaking defending the title. When's
He's
the
been
last time he
champion for,
defended
like,
the title?
3 years.
I know, and he's good. I like him. I like the storyline. That's why I want to see him. I'm not downgrading him. I want to see him.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we all want to see him on the show.
No.
Don't gotta fight, but show up.
Yeah, I
Run
think,
the bloodline instead. We don't always do is see him on the phone with Paul Heyman. We don't even see him. I mean,
yeah, the rumor is like his next match is supposed to be when they go back to Saudi Arabia, which is like, I think it's gonna be like 3 months after his previous title.
I saw
defense.
a rumor of like them having no plans for him to wrestle anytime soon.
Yeah, until the next Saudi show. That's
like,
what I read.
Damn. But
yeah,
he's
I
the
really
god.
wish he was
He's
on
the god of WWE, I guess, right now.
I really wish he was on SmackDown this week. That would have been great. But and of course, we'll get into the reason,
especially about what's going on with Jimmy and stuff. So, yeah, we'll get into that.
Yeah. So, of course, Seth called out Naka, as you said, but Nakamura said no.
Yeah, he beat up Ricochet.
Beat the crap out of Ricochet because Ricochet is just there to get beat up, I guess. So yeah, of course, obviously we're gonna get that rematch eventually, which is gonna be great. Of course, and then we got the co-main event, not really main event, but still, Gunther and Imperium versus Tommaso Ciampa and Alpha Academy, which was a great match.
Yeah,
I liked it. I for sure enjoyed it.
And I'm glad I like to see Alpha Academy get a win.
Yeah, no, it was great because what is it?
Gable was amazing, and Ciampa obviously.
Yeah. Well, so what happened was Gable tapped out Imperium. Ciampa had Gunther in a submission as well.
Yeah, but Da Vinci is the one that tapped out.
Yeah, exactly.
Gunther ain't tapping out.
But, Gunther isn't tapping out. But still, like that kind of leads me to believe. That's like one of the main things I wanted to talk about. Who do you think should take over the IC title? Who do you think should beat Gunther? Because it's a major.
I mean,
huge.
Ciampa just got himself involved. You never know. He can.
I wouldn't mind that.
Obviously, LA Knight, but he's on. Even though he's on SmackDown, but
yeah, but he did tease.
I mean, well, Gunther, he shows up to SmackDown too, so the best.
Right.
And LA Knight, of course, he's top. Everybody wants him to win anything, so I would like to see a title on him.
So,
but there's a few people I guess you can name.
So the top 2 people I have in mind, top 3, I guess. Top 3, of course, LA Knight, because why not? It's LA Knight. So there's that.
Yeah.
They just put Tommaso Ciampa into the mix. If they can build up Ciampa with a couple of good wins in the next couple of weeks or a couple of months, maybe he can take over. That would be great because, as I said, he was an amazing NXT champion.
And then right now they're still continuing the Gable storyline with him. So I don't know if he's done.
I don't think Gable's going to win.
But even though he just lost in front of his face, I don't think it makes sense to have him lose in front of it and then just win out of nowhere.
No, I think they continue that storyline with like Alpha Academy fighting Imperium and then Tommaso Ciampa fighting Gunther eventually, and maybe he wins. Yeah. But he's not the top guy that I want him to win. I want Ilya Dragunov to come up.
I didn't even think about that.
And beat Gunther for that title, just like he did for the UK
matches,
title.
Yeah, that'll be
because those matches are no joke. Like one of my favorite, like my favorites all time. Not my top favorite, but like top 3 at least.
Yeah,
those matches were fantastic, especially the second one where Ilya Dragunov actually won. So if he were to come up and win, that would be insane because, obviously you're going to build up Ilya Dragunov to be one of the major stars, which everybody knows he can be. His wrestling style is amazing. He's like, oh my God. Like it just looks
when you
so
put both of them
real
together, they're both brutal. So it's like, it's just a street fight at that point.
Yeah. And Ilya Dragunov takes so much punishment and he makes it look like he's like in legit pain, which he probably is with all those chops he takes from Walter.
Of course. You see the
Walter,
the
sorry,
welts.
Gunther. I like calling him Walter still.
You see the welts on their chest after every match they have.
Yeah. No, they were great.
It's like, I wouldn't want to be in the ring with Gunther or Dragunov.
I can see Gunther holding on to the title until WrestleMania. And at some point during that WrestleMania build, they bring up Ilya Dragunov and they have that match at WrestleMania, and maybe Dragunov wins.
At this point, it's like Roman's the top with his long reign, and you got Gunther with his long IC title reign. He's like a god almost.
Gunther is amazing. I mean, oh my God, I'm just happy with everything they're doing with him. I know that once he drops that title, he has to go up to like the world title.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
he has to. Like, there's no other place for him to be at. He needs to be in the world.
I still don't know what's gonna happen with Imperium because remember at one point it looked like they were gonna like almost kick Da Vinci out.
I don't think.
I don't know, but I do like Kaiser. I think Ludwig Kaiser can be a good singles. He's a good wrestler.
They need to go over the tag titles as well. If they go after that, that'd be great.
Yeah, they shouldn't. Yeah,
but I feel like they're probably gonna wait. I mean, maybe Gunther loses first. The title. He starts going after the world title, and while he's going after the world title, maybe they have Imperium going after the tag titles, and they can go from there.
Or like we said,
they can hold all the gold like Bloodline.
Like we said in the top story, the rumors of a trios championship coming. That's just rumors.
Yeah,
if it does, and let's say Gunther does not have his IC title and they're not giving him a top title reign, then they can be trios champions. But I don't want that to happen. It's just a possibility.
It is a possibility, but Gunther needs to be singles title top guy for sure.
Gunther versus Seth
for the foreseeable future,
and that would be Gunther versus Seth or Gunther versus Nakamura.
Those would be
both of them. Oh my God. Any one of them.
That'd be great. But yeah, so that happened. Of course, that's going to lead to some future storylines going on there. But yeah, then the main event happened. It was
Rhea Ripley and Raquel Rodriguez. They had their rematch for the women's title. And Raquel Rodriguez, it was a really good match. Raquel Rodriguez looked like she was in control. And then as the referee's not looking, you have out of nowhere the return of Nia Jax.
Yeah.
She comes and she Samoan drops Rhea Ripley outside the ring. And it's like, and then she throws it back in the ring and Rhea Ripley hits the riptide, and then it's crazy. I don't know. I guess she's gonna be the news because right after that, actually, Rhea's celebrating for a title. Nia Jax gets in the ring and headbutts Rhea Ripley and then hits her with a bonsai drop. Yay. So she just looks like she's just coming to destroy anybody. Yeah, I know what you mean by because I don't
know. I mean, like,
I would like to see a person we were talking about earlier, Jade Cargill, if she comes to WWE versus Rhea Ripley, that would be a great match.
Yeah, but I don't think she should win. I think Rhea holds on to that title for a while.
Yeah, but the Nia Jax thing is like came out of nowhere. I didn't even hear anything about it. I didn't hear any rumors.
Yeah, but there was no rumors.
She just came out of nowhere and got herself right into the title picture by attacking both of them.
I'm not going to say.
So I'm pretty sure they're going to set up a Rhea Ripley Nia Jax match.
Yeah, obviously that's where they're heading.
That's where they're heading now.
And of course, I think it'll be a pretty decent match. Going, it's
but
Rhea.
I think
Rhea really
with the Judgment Day, they got to hold their titles.
Judgment Day.
They're just building up the Judgment Day as the top team right now.
No, they're definitely going to hold on to the side.
Like even right now, they're actually ahead of the Bloodline, just in terms of everything.
Yeah,
because the Bloodline is basically just Roman and Solo right now. We don't know what's going to happen with Jimmy. Because he looks like he wants back in, but we don't know what's going on there.
It's a really confusing thing where like he wants back in, then he doesn't, then he does.
Yeah, it's freaking.
But it's funny.
It's a good storyline.
It's a good storyline. But yeah, that was basically it for WWE Raw. Yeah. One thing I will say though is I think I skipped over this possibly was when Jay was backstage and what was it?
Oh, you mean Finn? Finn when he came up to Jay and basically told him and the Usos are welcome. Was that it?
No, I think he was only telling Jay.
First. He told Jay to come to the Bloodline. Yeah.
But my favorite part about the whole thing was he was saying that he was like, "Oh, like I'm a fan, Priest is a fan, Dom's a fan," and he's like, "Rhea's a fan." And then Jay did not care until he said Rhea's a fan. He was like, "Wait, really?"
That was funny. Yeah.
It's like everybody wants a piece of Rhea Ripley apparently.
And then we get So
so that was great. Of course, that leads on to SmackDown.
Well, actually, on NXT we had a big title win.
Oh yeah,
Becky Lynch beating Tiffany Stratton for the Women's World Title, NXT. Yeah. I think it's good seeing like some of these top stars go down to NXT. I don't know about winning titles, but they're definitely helping out that roster.
Well, the good thing about them winning titles is eventually they're going to put somebody.
I mean,
over.
And they got to go back. They got to defend it, I guess. So that's cool.
The person who beats Becky Lynch is going to be a
that's just
star.
A top star right there.
That's going to be a top star.
It's a rematch, I guess. Who knows? Maybe it's a rematch.
Maybe we'll see. We'll see if she ends up winning that back.
But I like seeing some of these stars going down there. Even like obviously you see Mysterio go down. He won the North American Championship.
Yeah, but Dom.
Dirty Dom. But I think it's cool seeing all these top guys going on there.
Yeah, no,
it helps really NXT out a lot and helps their roster.
Well, not only that, but also
the young talent
in general.
It helps the young talent on there.
Like Corbin. Corbin went back to his lone wolf gimmick. That's pretty good.
That's cool. Yeah.
But yeah, we'll be looking into that to see exactly where that leads. But it's going to be very exciting. Of course, and then we can move on to SmackDown review for today. So of course, for WWE SmackDown, the major story, of course, was the first thing that came up was The Rock is back.
Yeah. Well, yeah. First, it was McAfee that made it. It was live in Denver.
Yeah.
They had a surprise return. McAfee, he was talking to the crowd. Austin Theory interrupted him. He was talking crap, basically, like he always does. And then The Rock comes out. Massive pop from the crowd.
Massive pop. It was great.
I was happy watching it.
I was on my way back.
You texted me The Rock with an exclamation point. I'm like, oh.
No, I was literally like on my way back from the gym. And my wife was on the phone, and she's like, "Oh, The Rock is back." I'm like, "The Rock!" And I like sped up the thing, parked, like you heard like my tires screeching. Ran inside and saw that, but I mean, ultimately, it just led to him beating up Austin Theory.
Both of them hit they hit the people's elbow on him, and that's it. It
But
was
of course,
a
that
good
brings
crowd
up
moment.
things that we said in the top stories. What are the chances he faces Roman
Well,
now?
we talked about it already. How he said that they actually had a match agreed.
Yeah.
39, but things fell apart. He said that on the Pat McAfee show. But he's also still open to it for WrestleMania 40, so we'll see what that leads to.
Yeah, so we'll see exactly where that leads to. Hopefully we do get that match. That'd be great. And if not at WrestleMania, then maybe somewhere else. But hopefully that match is eventually going to happen.
That's definitely a WrestleMania match.
It is a WrestleMania match, yeah. But so that happened. Of course, then after that was this was a pretty good SmackDown, honestly.
Yeah.
Finn Balor versus AJ Styles.
That's a main event match.
That's a main event
match.
That's
the second match of the night, or the first match of the night.
Yes. So of course, Balor ended up picking up the win with help from Jimmy Uso. Yep. Jimmy Uso, of course, getting revenge from AJ Styles.
Yeah. Well, first it was Damian Priest and Dirty Dom that came out. They were helping him for a little bit. They got ejected by the referee, and then Jimmy Uso came out and distracted AJ before Balor took advantage and won.
Yeah, Balor ended up picking up the
win.
I
like how they're doing this Bloodline Judgment Day crossover. I don't know. I'm interested to see what that leads to.
I'm really interested to see where that leads to.
Because right after that,
Yeah, so after that, of course, Finn was pitching to Jay. Oh, not Jay. I'm sorry, Jimmy. In backstage, so he was like, he was
thanking him for the help.
He wanted the Usos to join the Judgment Day, saying that it's better than the Bloodline because there is no leader there is no Roman.
He said there's no Roman. He said we're all equal and there's no Roman, which is.
So that leads to like a huge thing because when he left, Heyman was seen walking up to Jimmy.
Yeah.
And then it cut.
It just cut just like that.
So like that leads to a lot of extra questions too. Like, are they helping each other? Are they just trying to take over?
What did Heyman tell? What did he tell to Jimmy? What did
he say to Jimmy? All that stuff. Like, there's so many questions that actually came out of that, and I'm really excited to see where that leads.
Yeah.
So that happened. Of course, then after that we had Santos challenge Ray to the U.S. title, which Ray actually said yes to.
Well, at first he looked really shocked and upset, and then Santos was like, after everything we've been through, but then.
Yeah, then they ended up
agreeing. He was basically just playing with him. He said, then they agreed and hugged.
Yeah. So then after that, of course, they were interfered by Bobby and the Street Profits, in which the Street Profits ended up fighting LWO, and they picked up the win rather quickly. It was a pretty quick match.
Squashed them, squashed them. At the end, Lashley, he tells them to keep attacking them. They go and beat them all up. So it's like,
I
Street
like this
Profits going a little heel, but like. It's not like people still like them. It's just like,
well, who wouldn't? With
tough side.
Come on now, they're great.
But now they're bringing out their tough side with Lashley.
So that happened.
Lashley as a manager, that's cool.
Yeah, it is really cool. Then we got LA Knight, versus The Miz, in which LA Knight ended up winning. Really, really well. He ended up just hitting up, beating them again easily. That was a great match. Of course, after that, LA Knight putting up the promo. It's the best thing about him. Best thing about him, he was basically stating that he's going after any title, Roman, anybody. He does not
Rollins,
care.
Roman, Gunther, Mysterio.
Which everybody wants him to win a title. So just put a title on him.
Yeah, movement is in full effect.
Put a title on him now. Of course, that led to the backstage thing.
It cut to
Solo
and Heyman. Watching from backstage, and basically Heyman telling Solo that there's been no orders from Roman to do anything, but I guess he was saying like
he knows take care of
he knows what to do and that he'll take care of something tonight. That's basically kind of what he said.
Exactly.
And which led to
the main event
segment.
But before that, of course, we had Asuka versus Bayley. In the Asuka versus Bayley match, of course, Asuka picked up the win after Shotzi distracted Bayley. Now Asuka's going to go ahead and fight
Io Sky
for the title,
which is going to be great.
That's going to be a great match next week.
That's also leading the Shotzi and Bayley.
Yeah, that rivalry is still going on. It's been going on for quite a while now.
That's leading to two great matches right there.
And then, of course, the John Cena versus he was on the Grayson Waller effect where he didn't say a single word, which is really funny.
Waller, he's going to talk his crap.
Yeah, but it reminded me of like those commercials or something, or like those those promotion things where somebody brings in a celebrity, but they don't pay him enough to like have them talk. So
but every time Cena would talk, he just kept interrupting.
Like they didn't have enough money to pay Cena to talk today. But basically that just led to Jimmy interrupting, telling John Cena to get out. And then Solo coming out, looking like he was going to turn on Jimmy.
He went right into Cena's face, and then he just turned around and started choking Jimmy. Then he hit Cena with the super kick out of nowhere.
Yeah. And then, that happens. Styles came out and helped Cena. and
That's how it
Solo
ended.
kind of helped Jimmy. So now we're like, is he back in the bloodline?
Is
We'll
there
see.
is that leading to a tag team match? Is Cena and AJ teaming up against Solo and Jimmy?
Yeah, and then
That's interesting.
you also said the possible rumor of Cena facing Solo.
Yeah, that's a rumor, but I heard I seen a rumor of Jimmy and Solo for Royal Rumble, but that's so far back. That's just a rumor at this point.
Yeah,
but as we can see, he's involved with the bloodlines, Jim, and especially Solo going in Cena's face. That, I mean, it adds to that rumor, I guess.
Yeah, so we're really excited to see where the heck that goes. As I said, SmackDown was action packed, so we're really looking forward to that.
That was
but yeah, that was basically WWE in a nutshell for this week.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and start talking about AEW. Of course, starting off with AEW Dynamite. This week was okay. It was okay for AEW wrestling. But yeah, of course, AEW started off with John Moxley versus Big Bill, which Moxley just basically ended up squashing Big Bill. Wasn't really squashed.
He retained his title, but that's basically set up Moxley defending his title at Grand Slam against Rey Fenix.
Yeah, and that's going to be a great match. Yeah, because Rey Fenix always puts on amazing matches that I love to watch. So very much so looking forward to that. Right after that, of course, it was Takeshita and Don Callis announcing their next victim. Of course, that's going to be Kota Ibushi, which I'm really excited for.
Former partner of Kenny Omega.
Yeah. Basically, they're just trying to go after everybody.
That Omega
loves,
I guess, or is associated with.
Yeah, so that's going to be fun. I'm pretty sure they're going to have Takeshita going over in that.
Yeah,
but I guess
he basically said Kenny will be watching helpless as Takeshita will beat the hell out of Ibushi. Basically what he was. That's basically what he said.
And the photo was funny. The photo was great. Like the actual painting.
I like that how they do announcements with the painting. I think that's cool.
Yeah, it's great. But I would love for them to sell those as art prints because I would definitely buy them.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
But yeah, hopefully they do start doing that because that'd be great. But yeah, Kota Ibushi versus Takeshita, that should be an amazing match. It's gonna be great. So yeah, then right after that we had Nyla Rose versus Toni Storm versus Britt Baker versus Hikaru Shida. Of course, whoever won that was going to face Saraya at Grand Slam this Wednesday coming up
for the title.
Yeah, for her title. It's going to be her first title defense, so we're looking forward to that as well. Toni Storm ended up picking the wing, which I think was a right choice.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a great match because they have history already. They've been together, so
yeah. So
Saraya, Toni Storm.
That's going to be a great match because, of course, what happened was Toni ended up rolling up Britt Baker. This match could have been better because, unfortunately, they were only given like 7 minutes of television time.
Yeah, there was a lot of like promotional stuff going on.
Yeah,
a couple segments took long.
A couple of segments took.
Yeah, it's only 2 hours.
Seemed like it took a little bit longer,
but it was it was a really good show.
Yeah, but this thing should have been a lot longer. But unfortunately, they didn't really get that time. But they did well with the time that they did get, so that's fine. Of course, as we said, Toni ended up winning. She's going to face Saraya at Grand Slam this Wednesday, which is going to be a banger of a show.
Yep.
It's back-to-back title matches. It's going to be great. Right after that, we had Chris and Sammy promo, in which they were talking about how they're best friends, and Chris was basically his mentor.
He was basically saying that he's going to beat the hell out of Sammy. He expects the same from him, and that's basically how it ended. They shook hands, and they're setting up their match.
Yeah.
Was it Wrestle Dream? It's at Wrestle Dream.
Is that Wrestle Dream? I think so.
It's at Wrestle Dream October 1st. That's going to be
that's
going to be a hell of a match.
It's going to be a good match.
Would it be a passing the torch match? We'll see.
Yeah, I think Sammy is going to pick up the win. Honestly, I'm not that into this storyline.
I mean, the storyline itself is thing, but it's Jericho and Sammy. They're going to have a great match either way, I think.
They're going to have a great match, but
just the way they build the storyline is a little weird. They're like still together, but at the same time they want to fight each other. They don't like each other. So it's like awkward.
It is weird, but we're gonna get that match at Wrestle Dream. Very much so excited for that.
Yeah.
Right after that, of course, we had Hangman versus Brian Cage, and
we had MJF. They had like a quick video.
Oh, his little promo.
Yeah. They were saying that he's not cleared until Grand Slam, and he's vowing to choke the winner of Samoa Joe and Roderick Strong.
Which basically hints as to who wins that.
Yeah.
They basically hinted who's gonna win that one, but right after that little promo, of course, it was Hangman versus Brian Cage. Hangman, of course, pulling off some of like the best moonsaults I've ever seen in my life because he's flawless in-ring performer. But Hangman ended up picking up the wing, which of course ended up Swerve coming out announcing that he's going to fight him at Wrestle Dream.
in his hometown of Seattle, Swerve's house. So
Swerve's house.
that's gonna be a hell of a match.
Yeah,
which is weird. You're gonna have the heel being cheered. What?
I think Swerve should win though.
I like Swerve. He's a really good wrestler.
I think Swerve needs to win this one.
Yeah,
more than
especially in
Heyman
his
needs to
hometown.
win.
It'll be great.
Yeah, it
and
would
then
be.
it could build for another future match. You know,
I know. I
could
think
make it a long rivalry.
Swerve. First of all, his music just gets me dancing.
Yeah.
It's
Prince Nana.
Yeah, it's great. Oh my god. Yeah, so I think it's going to be great. I think Swerve's going to end up picking a win, which I think is a right choice. I hope that he does win. You know, not only does it seem like the better choice, but it also helps build a top star in the company in Swerve, which he deserves to be.
I think he can be. Yeah.
Yeah, he definitely can be. He's great. So you know, hopefully they end up making the right choice with that little thing that they got going on. But yeah, so that happened. Of course, that's going to be another match for Wrestle Dream. Wrestle Dream looking to be a great card so far. Really excited for that. Right after, of course, this little thing, they had, Darby and Wayne versus Daddy Magic and Cool Hands Ainge, in which Darby and Wayne ended up picking up the win.
Up the victory.
That was a pretty easy win.
Christian Cage came out.
Yeah.
Luchasaurus, they challenged Darby Allin and Sting to a match at Grand Slam.
Yeah, so that's going to be fun.
We'll see what happens with that.
I love Christian Cage and his little heel thing right now.
Pissed off.
He's just a very angry man holding on to his title. I think it's great.
It works for him.
It works for him. You know, eventually we're going to get that turn where Luchasaurus ends up turning on Cage. You know that, but they don't need to do that for now. Like, let this thing play out for as long as you possibly can. This is great. Oh my god, he's a great heel. And you know, with the rumors, you know, there is possible rumors of Edge making a return. His debut in AEW. That would be
well. He was removed from the. See, we didn't even talk about this in the top stories. He was removed from the internal roster apparently from WWE.
Yeah,
but he's still like on. If you see him on W.com, apparently he's still there. But yeah, all the rumors point to him going to AEW.
That would be great.
You know, he'd be back with his pal.
I mean, honestly, AEW kind of needs it. They're losing a lot of talent.
Yeah. They got a solid veteran that everybody actually respects. Like,
it'll be a great move for him.
And then he's obviously still a great wrestler. So,
oh god, and maybe we see Edge and Christian Cage tag team again, or maybe they just fight each other.
Edge can fight any of these top guys though.
No, he could.
And any match would be great with any of these guys.
Yeah, so you know we'll see exactly if that actually leads to that, but hopefully it does, because I honestly wouldn't mind seeing Edge in AEW. Yeah, I think it'd be a great fit there. But yeah, of course, now we're gonna wait for that match next this week.
Yeah.
Was it Grand Slam? Correct? Yeah,
yep.
Grand Slam. Yeah, this was honestly like this Dynamite was pretty quick if you kind of think about it.
Then that led to
then the main event happened obviously with Roderick Strong.
Yeah, I feel like the Dynamite is everything on Dynamite. The matches went like right back to back.
Yeah, it was
promos. It was like quick, but it was still pretty good.
Yeah, the Strong versus Samoa match was great. It was an amazing match. I'm a huge fan of Roderick Strong and all the stuff that he did in Ring of Honor and in NXT. So seeing him against Samoa Joe was honestly a dream match of mine. It was great. Oh my god, it was
Samoa Joe winning. He'll be facing MJF at Grand Slam for the title. They already have that rivalry going on. That's going to be a hell of a match.
Yeah, and of course, there was a few minutes left on the show, so of course we all knew that some like story angle was going to happen here, and they played it perfectly with Roderick Strong getting up perfectly fine from his neck injury.
Adam Cole comes out.
Adam Cole comes down. He sees Adam Cole, and he's like, "Oh, okay," and just drops down to the
mat,
floor,
starts screaming, holding his neck. Adam, like it's freaking ridiculous.
Oh my god, yeah, it's so funny though. Like he just fell down to the floor, grabbed onto his neck.
Adam Cole looked like really worried. He was like trying to help him. The medical staff took him out on a stretcher, but the Kingdom was not letting Cole near Strong. They were blaming him, saying it's all his fault.
Yeah,
so that's funny. I don't know.
Oh, it's great. Hopefully, this leads to a match.
This is gonna lead definitely.
Yeah, between Strong and Adam Cole, that would be a great match to see as well. Maybe that's on Wrestle Dream. We'll see.
Yeah.
Of course, like I said,
that freaking neck injury.
That neck injury, quote unquote, is honestly like one of the best things.
He's wrestling great. He's wrestling a great match, and then he's perfectly fine after the match. And then as soon as he sees Adam Cole,
no, even MJF called him out on it. MJF even called it out being a fake injury. It is a fake injury. He just wants Adam Cole's attention.
Yeah,
saying that he cares about MJF's neck injury more than he cares about his.
He wants his best friend back.
Yeah, he sounds just like an angry girlfriend. It's hilarious.
He's jealous.
I'm loving every single second of that, but. Of course, that wasn't even the craziest thing that happened. Of course, once he was taking him out, Samoa Joe came back out.
Oh, yeah.
And put Adam Cole in a chokehold.
He put him to sleep right on the ramp.
Yeah, basically, stating that he's ready for MJF and he's going to take everything away from him, including his best friend.
So let's see.
Yeah, so we're really looking forward to that
Yep.
that card.
We'll see what
Grand
happens
Slam. I think MJF is going to retain, but I still think it's going to be a banger of a match.
I'm always going to roll with MJF.
Yeah.
But I like Samoa Joe too, so let's see what happens.
So.
Yeah.
He's our scumbag?
Scumbag.
He's our scumbag, yeah. So, hopefully they do make the right choice there as well when they have MJF win, because they gotta build up somebody really, really well to beat MJF for that title.
Yeah.
But I don't see it happening anytime soon.
And Samoa Joe isn't he still like Ring of Honor?
Yeah, he's held that title for like over a year.
Yeah, so he's still a champion. So it's not like if he loses, he's gonna
it's not going to diminish him because he's fighting
fine.
MJF. It's fine. But yeah, that was basically Dynamite in a nutshell. And of course,
Collision.
Well, before Collision, we don't really talk about Rampage like that because it's just a bunch of random matches.
Rampage has been so random for the past 6 months. It's like I don't even watch it no more.
It's
I pay attention to what happens, and if anything important happens, we'll talk about it. But Rampage is just it's basically like 205 Live when WWE had 205 Live. That's basically what it is.
But of course, what happened there was basically the only storyline that came out of that was Jay Cargill losing to Chris Statlander, her rematch for the TBS Championship. Everybody's saying that's
possibly her last match.
Yeah, possibly her last match.
They believe she's going to WWE. Just rumors, but
it is rumors.
It looked like it.
Yeah,
she's hugging with Statlander at the end, and people are cheering. It just looks like a goodbye.
It does. And we're not sure if this is a goodbye for a short term or a goodbye forever. And she is going to WWE, but I guess we'll see in the coming weeks, see exactly what happens with that. But again, great match. Chris Statlander is a great champion.
Yeah.
Great champion. I love watching her. Her matches are great.
And she's always defending her title. She defended it next night.
And again, I'm going to say this. They need to build better storylines for the women's division in AEW because they deserve it. They have the talent. It's just
they have a lot of talent. Yeah,
crap.
Yeah, and the matches, even the title matches, have been short for the women.
Every single match that they put on is short, and they're great because they need more time to develop it to actually make it like an amazing match.
Yeah,
like I feel like the last time the women's division in AEW had like actual time to build and stuff like that was when Britt Baker was champion and she was fighting like Thunder Rosa.
Yeah.
And like some of like the best like street matches I've seen. Those were great. But
so come on, writers. The script writers got to do better with the women.
It's Tony Khan. Tony Khan, do better for the women, please.
Well, yeah, I guess,
they deserve it. They're really good. Like, come on, you have all the talent in the world. You have a great pool of wrestlers there. Just like, give them some more screen time, and I promise you, they'll show you that they are
most definitely
great wrestlers, and they can
It's
actually.
like in WWE, you got all the women are main eventing.
Yeah,
they got the women main eventing. So.
Exactly, correct. Yeah. But yeah, again, that was Dynamite, and that was
Rampage,
a small little thing of Rampage, but
Collision too.
Collision
kind of small too.
Collision wasn't. I don't know. Like the past couple of weeks, it hasn't been that good. And,
well, let's be honest. They fired CM Punk, who's running Collision, and then as of now, it looks like they're just throwing matches together. They're trying to figure out who is gonna be like. They eliminated like the roster split. Yeah, who's going to be the top guy at Collision, which everybody's thinking Bryan Danielson, but now you have this thing where
I think
looks like he's going to retire.
So. I think it's going to be Jay White. And
I like that him and Bullet Club Gold.
They're literally the only thing that's holding Collision up right now. Mm-hmm. Them and FTR, because come on now, it's FTR. Yeah. But basically we could do a quick little rundown of Collision because unfortunately it seemed like it was just Rampage 2.0.
Yeah,
and
just again, a little longer.
Just a little longer. Yeah. Like every single match seemed like it was thrown together. There was a few storylines.
I mean, the main event was probably the best thing that happened on there.
Right, but still, like it just seemed like the matches were kind of just thrown together.
Yeah, and the first match was decent. The first Big Bill and Ricky Starks, they beat Bryan Danielson and Claudio Castelloni.
Yeah, that was good because of course Ricky ended up picking up the win. Yeah. He ended up pinning Bryan Danielson.
Yeah.
Which leading to a Texas death match?
Yeah, he well later on in the show he said he felt disrespected that he doesn't even have a match on Grand Slam, which is true. He challenged Bryan Danielson to a Texas death match on the next Collision. So we'll be looking out for that. That's gonna be great.
Yeah, because I think Ricky Starks is gonna be one of their top stars.
He might be the one that's gonna start running Collision. Yeah, he can be. He's definitely in the conversation.
Yeah, I don't think right now, but in the very near future, for sure, because he's put on like banger of matches with Bryan Danielson and other people prior to that. Mm-hmm. I think his moveset's great. His style is great. His look is great. He has everything, everything to actually be like a top star. So just, keep pushing him. And I promise you he's going to be an amazing star for AEW. But yeah, very much so looking forward to that match as well. After that, of course, we had a promo with Meryl, basically
Well,
talking
yeah,
about
Powerhouse Hobbs first. Talk about the next book in the book of Hobbs, mental pain and physical and mental pain, and then it cut to Miro's promo.
yeah,
So it was basically just a little vignette, something small, and
yeah.
then it was Miro.
Well, of course, Meryl, being a top star that he is, I think
Yeah,
he can also be a top star in
called
Collision.
Hobbs a son of a bitch.
Yeah, and then he also talked about his wife, basically saying that he doesn't want her there. She's a
Yeah,
distraction.
his hot and flexible wife.
Yeah, I don't know why they keep pushing that.
Like, I don't
It's
get
so
it.
weird.
It's fucking weird.
It's really weird. Why
Like,
do they
like-
keep saying that? But anyways, yeah, Miro basically saying that she's a distraction. God putting
Yeah.
her there to for that distraction.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's happening. Then we had was it the Braun?
To be honest, I probably missed the match after that.
Braun versus FTR. Let's just say that.
Even though
FTR
FTR
ended up picking up
great,
the win.
yeah, of course.
Of course, obviously they won. Silver
Ours-
versus Bowen.
yeah.
Silver ended up picking up the
Yeah.
win. Of course, there was a little bit of was it distractions and stuff by
Yeah.
both teams.
You also had Orange Cassidy and Hook. A quick little video backstage. They agreed to team up for a tag team match at Grand Slam against an unknown opponent right now.
Yeah, so that's
But
something to look
that's a
forward
little
to.
good storyline building between them as friends.
Yeah, so look forward to that. Of course, Andrade versus Scorpio Sky, which actually was a good match.
That was a decent match.
Great match. I love Andrade. So he ended up picking up the win there. Ended up submitting Scorpio Sky with a figure four leadlock.
Yep.
Wink, wink, hint, hint. Of course, that was what thing. But Jay White, of course, ended up cutting a promo stating that Andrade wants his spotlight and he's going to give it to him. They're going to have a match next week.
Which that's going to be a great
gonna
match
be a banger
too.
match. And I hope Jay White picks up the win because he needs it.
Yeah.
He doesn't need it, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
He's the top star. Come on now. Right after that, of course, we had the Hardys versus the Righteous, and the Righteous ended up picking up the win. So I guess they're going to start being like a weekly tag team.
Top tag team.
We'll see. I mean, like their gimmick. I
Yeah.
haven't really.
I
seen
mean, they
much
need
of
some
them.
new tag teams. Let's be honest. There's not that much tag teams that are like top right now.
It's true, but like
Other than like Acclaim and stuff.
the Righteous. Hopefully we'll see them more because their gimmick seems kind of interesting. I kind of want to see a little bit more of it.
Yeah.
And maybe we can see if it's actually going to be good or not. Hopefully they give them some more screen time.
Mhm.
I think that's like the good thing about Collision. They're
Yeah.
kind of giving like more teams screen time, but you got to build more storylines. Come on now. So yeah, that happened. Hardys ended up losing. Then of course the main event was Chris Statlander versus Britt Baker.
Yep, for the TBS Championship.
Yeah, and Pittsburgh, right? Wasn't it?
It was at Penn State. So it wasn't exactly Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, same thing.
Yeah,
Chris Statlander ended up winning, and
Pittsburgh. But
the crowd was. They were a little mad at the end. They were pissed because it's their hometown, of course.
Yeah, but of course
they started cheering at the end once they shook hands.
Yeah,
that's basically how it ended. They're building for next pay-per-view. So
yeah, Statlander ended up picking up the win.
Yeah.
Of course, as she should.
Yeah.
She's a top star now for sure. She just beat Jay Cargill and Britt Baker back-to-back nights. Come on now. Hopefully they start building a storyline with her somehow where, they actually start building storylines, as we said, and she can actually start being, that prestigious champion that everybody wants her to be. But yeah, that was basically this week's
wrestling in a run.
The little quick wrestling review there for you. Of course, we'll be back next week with more of that.
We got Grand Slam coming.
That's going to be a lot of fun to watch.
Important matches on Monday. They're all rematches, so
yeah,
looks like it's going to be another good week of wrestling.
Of course, thank you so much for listening. We really appreciate that so much. But have a good week, everyone. See you
next week.
Peace.